was born in Bogota, Colombia, December 31st, 1984. The whole city was on fire. The Coke era, Escobar era, kidnappings, car bombs, you know, politicians against guerrillas. The whole shit was fucked up. So mom's moved me back to my grandma's house, which was an hour outside the city. Small little village, you know, tropical side. When I was 2 years old, Pops got a small apartment in the city, close to like where Mom and Pops worked. So I moved back there, you know, I was in the city. Then when I was 4, Pops decided to migrate to California. He went first, and then Moms and I went like 3 months after. He went straight to California. I don't know how he did it. He got his motherfucking citizenship. He was doing his thing. But for Moms and I, it was a little hard, you know. We flew from Bogota to Mexico City without a fucking dime, a little bit of gear, fucking bag of potato chips and a soda to eat. And we're pretty much there clueless. We didn't know what the fuck to do. We don't know where to go, you know. So I guess a cop there at the airport kind of noticed that we were fucking lost, you know. We didn't know what the fuck to do, stranded and shit. Then he was a dope man. He was a big person in my life. I don't even know his name, but he took us in his home. He gave us a place to stay. He gave us food. He gave us everything we needed to survive for like about 3 months. Somehow Moms got in touch with Pops back in Cali, and we made arrangements to where we're gonna fly from Mexico City over to TJ, and then from TJ we're gonna meet up with the Coyote and cross, you know. So I was pretty much taught at a young age. I was taught when I was 4 years old the whole life being illegal, you know. The whole everything we doing is illegal, you know. That's why I fit into all this fucking shit, you know. My whole life since I was 4, it's like, you know, you're fucking, this is the way you are and this is the way you're gonna be, you know. So fucking homeboy that we were living with, the cop from Mexico City, bought our plane tickets from Mexico City to Tijuana to TJ, and that's where we met with Pops. And then Pops had his homie there that was gonna cross us. So me and Mom was cross the border, and from right there, like I said, all right, any man in a fucking uniform with the badge, that's the enemy. We're ducking them. You know, that's who we're against, blah, blah, blah. We gotta lay low. You know, we gotta keep it hush, keep it G, blah, blah, blah. You know, so I grew up at a young age, man. I grew up when I was 4, you know. I was comprehending, I was understanding shit that motherfuckers didn't even know, that won't even learn until their fucking 20s, you know. If that, you know, because their whole fucking brain over there is like, all you see is fucking this. You don't know outside the fucking box and what's out there, you know. I was raised a little different, grew up a little different. We fucking made it into Cali, met up with Pops right there in LA. From LA, Pops took us home, Coachella Valley, and that's where I reside right now. That's where I've been for the last fucking 20 years. You know, I've been going back and forth, but I grew up my whole life, fucking Cali kid, you know, California all the way. This is my home right here. Colombia's my home, my roots. But I gotta say, my home's Cali too, you know. That's pretty much who made me. Cali, straight West Coasting, you know. Growing up, fucking dunking society. Society made me who I am, you know. Growing up at a fucking young age, I was knowing shit in kindergarten that little motherfuckers didn't even know. They're busy fucking doing their Mickey Mouse shit, while I was fucking busy trying to fucking, you know, support Mom and Pop. So they're out there getting their money and I'm fucking trying to get my education, you know. I didn't know a fucking word of English. So all the people I blended in with was all the Hernandez, the fucking Ramirez, the Gomez, Gonzalez. If your last name ended with the Z, you're my homie, you know. And we didn't fucking speak English. Some did, you know. We learned off each other, but I mean, look where we're at now, man. You know, that's what it was like coming to the U.S. It was a learning experience. I was a sponge, you know. I was just soaking everything in. You know, everything Mom was doing, you know, Pops was doing. Pops forged my birth certificate so I could start school early. I was in kindergarten. I was 4 years old in kindergarten. All these other motherfuckers are 5 years old and shit. I was right there, you know, doing my thing while my family's doing their thing. Hip hop. It is what it is. you know? Minorities escaping oppression through speech and rhythm, music, sound. You know, back then, right now it's for all, you know, hip hop is for everyone. But back then, if you weren't white, you know, if you were a minority, you could relate to it. You know, and I pretty much fell in that category. I had a cousin that was living in Cali. He was there way longer than I was. And he put me on all that West Coast gangster shit. He put me on the whole fucking Dre shit. He put me on Cypress Hill. He was big on Cypress Hill. I remember just fucking going over to his house and fucking Cypress Hill posters, smoking weed, you know, fucking all that shit. And then from then, you know, I'd be bumping that. From then I started digging on my own, you know, digging on my own shit, finding my own shit that I like. You know, I was raised on the music my dad listened to. My dad listened to a lot of Colombian music, listened to a lot of vallenato, a lot of salsa, all that shit. My dad was big on that New York salsa shit, that OG, like the fucking Blue Magic heroin era shit, the fucking Hector Lavoe, Willie Colon, you know, the whole Fania shit, and then branched off to the fucking Panamanian salsa, Ruben Blades, connected with the Colombian salsa. You know, that's pretty much what I grew up on in my early years. Music was a big part of my life always. But then when I came to the US, that was pretty much my cuzzo right there, put me on the hip hop shit, that West Coast shit, you know. I started digging, like I said, Nas was a big influence on me. Got into East Coast hip hop. Nas was big, Jay was big, but I really gotta say Wu-Tang was a big influence on me. The Wu was crazy, man. The Wu changed my life, because it wasn't just hip hop, it wasn't just motherfuckers spinning about drug dealing, boom boom, overcoming shit. They're actually educating me. I'd be in school, teachers would be asking questions, and I knew the answer before ever touching the textbook. Like, how many bones are in the human body? I'd be like 206. How do you know that? This album right here, you know? I didn't learn off no textbook and shit. That nigga Ghost, Ray, RZA, you know, math. Those were my teachers and shit at the time. That's who I fucking learned off of and shit. Basically, yeah, that's hip hop for me right there. That was me growing up, man. 99 was my first rhyme. I'm new age. I want to say I'm the next wave that's gonna come out, even though I've been doing it for like 10 years already. Yeah, 99, you know, fucking my first recording was on a 4-track, a Tascam tape recorder. Yeah, fucking actual tape, you know. These motherfuckers be putting out mixtapes right now on CDs. I ain't hating, you know. I'm just saying, I got some mixtapes too on fucking CDs, but we actually had tapes, you know. I learned how to get money at a young age, so I learned how to stack and save and get what I wanted to get, you know. So I bought some equipment, you know. Me and my crew moved out to Riverside, fucking small little apartment out in the hood, recorded our shit, put out some tapes, the Feedback LP, Undiscovered Poets, you know, boom boom, pass those out, grimy, fucking dirty, filthy sound. Like, it sounded like the dirtiest shit ever, whack, you know. But we're doing it. Nobody was putting out tapes. We're doing that shit, you know. Fucking, there's a few people out where we live that were putting out tapes way before us, but from like the motherfuckers that were rapping when we were rapping, I gotta say we're the only ones putting out tapes, you know. Dudes are fucking recording on their computer and shit. We're right there, boom, record, play, you know, on the 4-track Tascam tape recorder. I've always been like that. I've always been like a go-getter. If I want something, I'm gonna fucking go get it, you know. If I want something, I'm gonna see how I have to do it, and I'm gonna do it, you know. So I was always the one in the crew that had the equipment. I always went and stacked my shit. Always been recording, you know. I always pushed the crew. I was always the leader, BOSS, you know what I mean? But now it's like, now I feel like we're all grown, like, especially all my other fucking peeps in my crew, you know. Like, I can let them go. They're doing their own thing right now, you know. We're all still involved. We're all still the crew and everything. But now it's like, when all the locals come together, it's like Voltron, man. It's like a musical massacre, you know. And the crew's just like that much stronger, you know. Like, what we used to do together, like, we could do individually now, you know. And this is dope, man, because the fucking homie right here is putting out his album. Fucking the homie over here is putting out his mixtape. Homie over here is putting out a beat tape, you know. And we're just killing right now. We're just constantly recording. We got like 4 different spots where we record now, you know. Back then it was just like one spot where we could record, you know. And I'd be the type, like, fucking leave me alone. I got my own shit now, you know. They'd come over and record, but now it's like they see what they gotta do, and you know, we're just like a big ass fucking machine when we come together, man. We all got our own fucking different styles and shit, you know. So from 99 till fucking now 2010, we fucking grown so much, and the sound quality and everything has just fucking, it just keeps taking another step and shit like that, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's pretty much when I started. I gotta say, like I said, you know, we're new age and fucking, I still feel like I have a lot of room to grow, you know? I still have a lot of room to grow. I haven't met my peak yet. Love, hate, passion, defeat, victory, culture, whether California or Colombian culture, pussy, money, weed, an old person that's lived a long life, a newborn that's new to life, innocence, anything, constructive criticism that helps me comprehend what the fuck's going on in your head, because we all think the same, you know. And I just can't make music for myself, even though I do. I gotta have a relation with the public. Those are all my influences, you know. Beyond music, I'm influenced by everything. I'm influenced by a single mom. I'm influenced by a fucking single pops, you know. I influence myself sometimes. I do shit where I'm like, yeah, you know, fucking everything. I feel like from where I came from, I feel like I've already made it, you know. Regardless, like, I was born poor, I'm gonna die high, if not wealthy, you know. As far as deals go, as far as like labels and shit like that, you know, I signed myself a few years back, but running the label is just too much for one person, you know. Producing, making beats, fucking engineering, recording, designing album covers, photography, doing all that shit, doing all the shit a label does without a professional staff, you know. Just one person was too much. And then again, being an MC and shit like that. So, you know, I'm still under Sonata. My whole camp, we're still under Sonata, but we're free agents, so we can fucking sign with another label whenever the fuck we want if the opportunity presents itself. As far as other labels, I've had meetings with indies, fucking majors, whatever, you know, but it's nothing really like boom, here, sign, here's this. Like, I want to do it to where I build my own fan base. I build everything instead of having a major or somebody else fucking take me as a puppet and create my fan base. I want to create my own people, like person-to-person contact, you know. I just think it works better that way. It's more real, you know. That's just fucking me. Shit, am I ready for that? I don't know. Are they ready for J.Patron? I don't think so. Fucking, when I'm ready and they're ready, then all right, let's go, let's roll, let's run, let's get this shit moving, let's keep the wheel moving, you know. I ain't no fucking square, I ain't no box, you know. I gotta keep this shit moving, rotation. I move with time, you know. I'm not gonna fucking do everything that they're doing, but I'm gonna take a piece of it and put it in my own style, you know. Fucking, that's pretty much how it is. That's how I see my future, you know. When they're ready for me, all right, let's do it. Am I ready for them? I don't know. Only time will tell, you know. I've been wrong numerous times. There's only one way to find out and fucking do it. But as of right now, it's been 10 years, and I feel like just right now I'm building my worldwide fan base slowly, you know, taking big leaps at a slow pace, you know. But fucking, that's pretty much how I see it, man. When they're ready and I'm ready, shit's gonna crack off, and you know, it's a good feeling. But right now I'm more focused on doing my independent shit on my own, you know. Everything on my own. Income's coming in my pocket, and I ain't gotta cut bread with no other company, you know. That's just me right there. So that's how I see my future. Only time will tell. If they're ready and I'm ready. Will it happen? I don't know. I feel like I made it already from where I came from. So I'm living it. Fuck it.